very good evening. My name is Shrang Gupta and I am the community manager at Wadhwani Foundation. Wholeheartedly, I would like to welcome you to the inaugural session of the Career Transformation Masterclass series. Now, we have curated the sessions in the series, and over the following weeks, you will hear from accomplished industry leaders on topics such as leadership, career insights, so that you can become job ready and apply these learnings not just in your job or interview prep, but throughout your lifetimes. So this particular session will be accompanied and joined by a very accomplished leader in the L&D space, learning and development space. And in the session 1, we'll learn about leadership and ownership. So we'll understand what a leader is or what it takes to become a leader. What are the things? Is it really a position or anything else? We'll also learn about creative thinking. And we learn about how to make a great first impression. In the second part of the webinar, after hearing from the session from the speaker, we will have Q&A session, which my colleague Ruchika will take. So she manages the help desk and she'll be taking your questions. So do park in your questions in the Q&A section ahead of time so that we can take your questions on priority. So there's a Q&A section, not the chat section, or if you have any comments, go ahead and park them in the chat section. We have that open for you as well. Now, we'll also be having some of the comments by our master trainer, Shubhra, and she'll share some of the great tools which are AI enabled, which we have recently launched. So do hang until the end to know about that. Also, a bit of my background, I have spent over a decade in the space of consumer retail, working with some of the top consumer brands. And in my role as a community manager, I'll be closely working with each one of you to bring in initiatives like this masterclass and many more that we're working in pipeline, so that you can have a great experience of learning and you can be a successful leaders in your lifetime. So let's get started. Today's speaker is very, very special to us. He has expressed or shared his time even in past, and we are so glad to welcome Mr. Jagjit Singh again in this masterclass. So Jagjit is an accomplished learning and development professional with nearly 2 decades of rich experience in the quick service restaurant industry. Jagjit is a hotel management graduate, and his journey is marked by significant contributions to renowned QSR brands such as McDonald's, Haldiram's, and Domino's. In his current role, he is working as an AVP and the head of learning and development at this current organization, which is Subway India. He has been recognized by several of the, I would say, awarding organizations. He has been recognized as the Emerging L&D Leader, and he has a reputation as a tech-driven learning advocate. Now, I would like to hand over the stage to Jagjit so that he can share some of the valuable insights from his rich experience. Over to you, Jagjit.
Shrang, thank you very much for having me here, addressing a good number of people that we are having on the call today. The idea of me, while you were introducing about myself and communicating that in last 2 decades, where all I have worked, all I have done, I think I could recall that 20 years ago when I started, I was actually a newcomer in the industry. And believe me, guys and girls, whoever is listening to me, I would be 50% of what you are today, right? Because 20 years ago when I started my journey, जब मैंने 20 साल पहले अपनी जर्नी शुरू की होगी, I was telling it to my teammates also here. At that time, we never had internet. We never had technology like today. We never used to connect on Zoom, Microsoft Teams. So I think the biggest challenge for us was no technology. I still remember in our times, Google never used to be there. Internet never used to be there. So whatever we have learned over a period of time through our own struggle. But today, you are having all kind of resources with you. And if you utilize those resources in the right manner, I'm sure you are going to be 10 times ahead than what we are today. Right? So with that small insight from my side, I would say welcome to this beautiful masterclass. My relationship with Wadhwani Foundation has been a long foundation, a long relationship. We have been working with each other since last 2.5 years now, and this is not the first session that I'm delivering. I have delivered a session before also, and every time I meet people, okay, youngsters like you are, whom Wadhwani Foundation is really impacting, I think it gives me a sense of responsibility, and that's where when Ruchika and the team from Wadhwani Foundation reached out to me saying that, are you available to deliver this session? I said, why not, right? I'll share my slide with all of you. I will speak in Hindi, but I will speak in comfortable English also, because I understand that we are having people from all across the country and who might not be comfortable with Hindi. Try to understand as much as I am communicating. My English, even if it was English, will be very, very simple so that you can absorb. And in case we are not able to, I think I will also try to explain that in Hindi, right? So let me share my slide with you. And if my slide is visible to you, please give me a thumbs up. Great. Can you see this slide? Fun? Yeah. So I think we have followed some sign language today, okay, because we are not able to see each other completely considering the technology. We can see only 3 people. Number one is first and the foremost ground rule that I want to set to all of you. If you want to get the maximum of the from the session today, please settle down. Do not go here or there. Do not invest your time into doing multiple things. Right? Settle down and then attend this program. Because only then will you be able to extract the maximum impact of it. That is my first request and advice to you. Back joining, back the training session identity, right? We can't see where you are, but we are trusting that you are giving your 100% to the program. Number 2, please make notes so that you can absorb and you can reflect back later on, right? Because if you're not going to reflect back, if you're not going to understand and deliver the behavior in your actions, it will just be a good yarn session, but you will not be able to get any impact in your life of it. See, I firmly believe the goal of learning or the goal of training is not just knowledge, but action. किसी भी ट्रेनिंग का जो गोल है वो सिर्फ आपको नॉलेज देना नहीं है, वह एक्शन ओरिएंटेड होना चाहिए. अगर वो एक्शन ओरिएंटेड ट्रेनिंग नहीं होगी, अगर आप एक्शन में कन्वर्ट नहीं कर पाओगे, if you will not convert your training into action, you will not be able to achieve what you want to achieve in life. Number 3, I will be sharing some frameworks with you, simple frameworks with you, which I am very confident if you will follow, you will be able to become successful in it. So these are the 3 ground rules that I can share with each one of you, and with a hope and with a confidence that you are all going to be following these ground rules that we have shared right now, we will be able to make the session very, very easy. With that ground rule in place, Shrang, I think we can start the session. And I want to start the session by first communicating that you are the future of the country that you belong to. So if you are an Indian, you belong to, you are the future of our country, right? You are going to be leading not just our few areas in where you go, but you are going to lead the country also. Tomorrow when you grow up, when you get ahead in life, you are going to be recognized by people as someone who is the future of India as a country. So if some people have everybody from 100% participants from India itself.
Yes, all of them are from different parts of India, primarily from North India.
Great, thank you very much. So I think that's where I can say that you need to see yourself as the future of our country, and not just you are going to represent yourself within country. I wish you are able to go ahead and address country as global citizen as well. So see yourself big. You need to be, if you achieve something bigger in life, one of my submission to all of you is to see and think big, right? Because only when you will think big, only when you will observe yourself to be getting bigger, is when you will be achieving bigger roles in your life. Right? Now, that is one thing that I want to say. Now, when I'm saying that you have to be a bigger in what you deliver as a leader, as a country stakeholder, you will have to manage people. Right? Managing people can be easy, but can also be difficult. But today we will be learning about how can we make managing people easy. See, the most important thing that you have to keep in mind, and you have to reflect that when you work as a leader in any of the organization, is that your job is to lead people. Okay, it is through people when you achieve the business outcome. Then it is through people that you are able to accomplish the sales and the profitability targets of your organization. Okay, and I say that you don't build business, you build people, and then people build us. Okay, if I give you the example of my current company where I'm working, I very, very firmly communicate this to my teammates and show it to my managers in the store, that with it through our people we shall be able to achieve breakthrough results that we want to achieve as an organization. And I'm very, very confident you all will agree to it, that when you become leader of any organization, be it you become a shift manager in any of the company, to taking the position of a CEO in any of the companies, the most important thing that we will have to do, engage ourselves into is managing people. This can be difficult, right? However, the framework that I'm going to discuss with you today, it will help you to manage people easily, right? Because in my entire 20 years career of time, I have followed this framework. Let's have a look at the framework that I look forward to give to each one of you. Number one is building trust in people. Until your teammates do not trust you, you are not going to be followed up by them, and hence when your people do not follow you, they will never be able to work for you. Right? Number two is to earn respect. Okay, so we have to not demand respect from people, but earn respect from our people. That is very, very important. Number three is you have to communicate effectively. If you do not communicate effectively, you shall never be able to let people know what you are trying to drive. And communication as a framework has again few elements which we will be sharing and talking about today. Number four is to give feedback and to receive feedback as a leader. And number five is to delegate. So this is the five framework that I am going to share with you today, which can make you a strong contender for being a leader. Well, I will repeat. Number one is build trust, विश्वास जीतना. अगर आपकी टीम आपके ऊपर विश्वास नहीं करती है, तो आप एक अच्छे लीडर बन ही नहीं सकते. नंबर टू इज रिस्पेक्ट को अर्न करना, डिमांड ना करना. यू हैव टू अर्न रिस्पेक्ट एंड नॉट डिमांड रिस्पेक्ट. नंबर थ्री, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि आपको कम्युनिकेट कैसे करना है अपनी टीम के साथ, अपनी सोसाइटी में लोगों के साथ. बिकॉज अगर आप अच्छे से कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पाएंगे अपने थॉट्स को, तो आप अचीव भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. बिकॉज आप अकेले कुछ अचीव नहीं कर सकते एज ए लीडर, आपको लोगों के थ्रू अचीव करना. नंबर फोर इज टू गिव फीडबैक एंड टू रिसीव फीडबैक. ओके, ज्यादातर लोग फीडबैक देते तो है, लेकिन when it comes to receiving feedback, they fail in that. So my request is to give feedback and receive feedback. And number four is to delegate. Delegation is not required to make your work. Delegation also enables you to show the other person that you trust them and you also want them to. Okay, and I always ask this question very, very firmly from my people around me. Is it easy to drive or is it easy to make somebody else drive? And if I give you the answer to it, if someone else drives, it is a difficult thing because, as a person who is driving, you do not have confidence to learn to better drive. Well, that if you delegate and teach people on how to drive, ultimately your job becomes easier. Right? So these 5 frameworks we are going to be discussing today. The first framework is about building trust and earning respect. How do we define leadership? Okay, I have been able to, through Google you can have different definition of leadership, but I would say conclude it in 6 ways. Influencing others to want to perform. Okay, I repeat, influencing others to want to perform. हिंदी में बात करते हैं, किसी और को प्रेरित करना कि वो आपके लिए परफॉर्म कर पाए. ओके, किसी सामने वाले बंदे को प्रेरित करना कि वो आपके लिए परफॉर्म कर पाए, इसको हम कहते हैं लीडरशिप. एंड उनमें okay, the key word in this 6 word is influencing. Well, now how do we take influencing ahead? Influencing means, how can you influence people? आप कैसे लोगों को influence कर सकते हैं to achieve and to work for you? By a simple formula called as trust into respect is equal to influence. Okay, trust into respect is equal to influence. The key word out here is into. If people do not trust you, they will not respect you. If they trust you but they do not respect you, you will not be able to create influence. So if you want to influence others, you will have to do things which can make people trust you, and you will have to, then automatically respect will come from people. Right? Let's understand how can you earn trust. There are 7 ways to earn trust, 7 ways to build. Number 1, keeping your commitments. Right? Very simple. If you're telling anything to somebody, by keeping that commitment, then you can build trust. If you say somebody something else and do something else, you will not be able to build. Okay, when you do something and you say something which is different, trust is not enabled. Commitment. For example, I'll give you a small example. You commit to your friend that I will come and meet you on Saturday at 7 p.m. And at 7 p.m. in the evening, you are not going to meet your friend. Okay? One time, he or she may say, okay, but you're continuously not keeping your commitment. Your friend will stop trusting you. Do you all agree? I'm sure you will all agree, right? Similarly, in the organization, if you say somebody that you will do something for them and you don't do it for them, that means you are breaking your commitment. Okay, for example, if in my company I tell people that in this year I'm going to do this, and I do not do that, I do not even communicate that to people that why I'm not able to do that, they will stop trusting me. Number 2 is to be open. Okay? Be open means telling what you are thinking. People want to hear you. People want to know what you are thinking. Keeping things reserved in your mind and being close as a person, you will not be able to build. To build trust, you have to be open. You have to share your thoughts with people. People want to be heard. People want to hear what you as a leader think about them. Right? So be open in your company. And being open doesn't mean that you have to communicate even false things. For example, if you are not able to achieve something or make something going in actual in life, telling people, hey guys, we are not able to do that. That will instill trust in people, that at least my leader is coming back to me and telling me why would he not able to do it, or she is not able to. वो क्यों नहीं कर पाए. Number 3 is to be competent. लोग आपको तभी फॉलो करेंगे अगर आप को वो लुक अप टू कर पाऊंगे. If they will not be able to look up to, if you are not going to be competent in what you do, you will not be building. So building your own work, working on yourself is very, very okay. Doing, practicing. I have seen today, in times today, where I have seen that we become theoretically very sound, but when it comes to doing things practically, we are not that good. We are not that great. My request to you all will be not just learn things theoretically, but also perform them practically. Right? If you will become confident. But if you will not practice what you are saying, if you are not preaching what you are teaching, you are not going to become confident. Number 4, act in other best interest. Right? हम सब लोग अपने बारे में ही सोचते रहेंगे तो हम कभी भी वो चीजें अचीव नहीं कर पाएंगे जो लोगों के अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस और ट्रस्ट बिल्ड करेगी हमारे लिए. If you want to build confidence in others, you will have to think of them before you think of yourself. You all know that the world today is becoming very, very sensitive. What do people today think about their gains, their benefits? हम भी अपने घर में भी हम पेरेंट्स और अपने रिलेशन के सिस्टर, अपने ब्रदर्स के बारे में बाद में सोचते, पहले अपने बारे में सोचते. But when you will become leader, well, you will have to first think about others, and then I think the other people around you will think about. Acting in others' best interest is very, very easy. Number 4 is to show confidence in people. Let people know that you have confidence in them. See, there is a hidden potential in everyone. Right? And if you are having something or the other which is not known to the world outside, there is a hidden potential in everyone. But letting people know that this is your hidden potential and then showing confidence in them that you can do it will instill trust. Will it be easy? The answer is no. But if you will do it continuously, one time or the other, you will be able to build it. Number 5 is to present a professional image. Okay? Look sharp every day. Your grooming has to be the best. Okay? Do not compromise on that. I'm sure all of you, being the youngsters, you know which grooming standards makes you look the best. Right? Which hairstyle will suit you. Right? How much smile will suit your face. Right? Presenting a professional image is very, very important. Again, you have to start practicing it from now on. Okay, I could realize about it a little later in my life on what should I look like, how should I look. Right? Working on your not just mental fitness, but also physical fitness. Not just on your physical fitness, but also mental fitness. People will only follow you if you are mentally and physically aligned. So work on your physical fitness, work on your mental fitness, and be very sharp when it comes to grooming. I'm sure you're able to teach Shrunk how smart he is looking. Okay, with tie on place, with a beautiful smile on his face. I would even today, in this call, will call him to be a better groomed person than me. right? So this is how you have to still and become. Look up to people who you feel are professionally good, right? Make an icon for what. Okay, I will give you an example of one of my teammates. His name is Vishal. Right, recently I was seeing his mobile phone, and on his mobile phone he had the picture of Ranveer Singh. Right, and I asked him, why do you have a picture of Ranveer? He said, because I want to make apps like Ranveer Singh. Right, he's looking up to him to become like him. Right, now that has nothing to do with presenting a professional image, but what I'm trying to tell you is, you have to be the icon of reality. Okay, that is very, very. Number 5 and number 7, and the last one is use respectful communication. Do not communicate using language which is not inspiring. Even with your friends, even with your family members, even with your younger brother or your elder brother. It has to be practiced every day. Right? Speaking foul language will not make you have someone trust you. Okay? Using language which is daunting to others. Right? For example, people specifically in North India, they say, तेरे से नहीं हो पाओ. You are not able to instant confidence. Right? You have to speak words which can make people feel confident. You have to speak words which can make people feel that you respect them. Right? Please and thank you as a magic word which we'll learn in our kindergarten. Adding them to your sentences will play wonderful job. I'll give you an example. Get me a glass of water. Please get me a glass of water. Just by adding please to it, your sentence becomes more respectful. And I'm not sure for the sake of saying this, guys and girls, today when I talk to my son, right, who is 11 years old, when he gets me a glass of water, I say thanks to him. Because I want him to become a citizen, a person in the community who is giving respect to others. Right? And this is to be instilled in our behavior from today on. With 7 framework, which I have shared with you to build trust, will enable trusting you. We will start trusting you. I repeat, number 1, keep your commitment. Right. Number 2, be active in your communication. Number 3, be competent. Work on yourself every day. Number 4, act in others' best interest. Help them know. Let them know that you want to help them. Number 5, show confidence in others. Number 6, present a professional image. And number 7, last but not least, be respectful in your community. You cannot be disrespecting to others, even if it is your family. Okay, in our lifelong life, okay, school, college, no teacher has taught us to abuse. No teacher has taught us to be disrespectful to others. None of the quotes being shared by Wadhwani Foundation would be saying that you can be disrespectful to others. It is not just for the sake of things. If you want to become a leader who is trusted, who is aspired, who people want to respect, you will have to move this curriculum. Right? Then comes your respect for others. Right? I will just share a few questions with you, and I will not want to answer with the answer of it right away because I know it's a one-sided conversation which we are doing, but please ask yourself, Who are some of the people you trust and respect? What type of image behavior do they project? How their image behavior influence your behavior? तो आपको किसी एक ऐसे इंडिविजुअल के बारे में सोचना है जिसको आप ट्रस्ट या रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं. फिर आपको ये सोचना है कि वो कैसे बिहेव करते हैं. फिर आपको ये सोचना है कि उनका वो बिहेवियर आपकी लाइफ को कैसे इम्पैक्ट कर सकता है. और फिर लास्ट में आपको वैसा ही बिहेवियर अपने अंदर डिटेक्ट करना. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू ट्रस्ट योर फादर द मैन, you respect your father because he is polite. You respect your father because he is having a lot of patience. You respect your father because he takes care of small little needs of yours. Then these three behaviors that you see in your father, you have to bring in you so that you can earn respect and not demand respect. Get myself out here saying is one can't demand respect, it has to be earned. Right? Because by demanding respect, it will be short-lived. Right? But if you will earn respect, it will be long-lived. Let's go ahead and talk about how can you be having this communication skill. Simple framework: speak clearly. As a communicator, you have to speak clearly. Simple word, but spoken clearly can be powerful. And this is not just restricted to English. अगर आप हिंदी में भी बात कर रहे हैं, कितना क्लियरली आपका मैसेज लोगों तक पहुंच रहा है, that will help you define to be a effective communicator. Example, Narendra Modi. Right? Example, Amitabh Bachchan. They all speak very simple words, but they speak very clearly. Well, number 2, use an appropriate tone of voice. The keyword is tone. Okay? Dude, my tone has changed, but my words were same. Get me a glass of water. Get me a glass of water. My words were same, my tone is making the difference. Using the right tone of voice. When do you have to pitch your voice? When do you have to bring it down? Having the balance of it. Practicing it every day will help you to be an effective communicator. You have an appropriate rate of speech. Taking too fast, people will not be able to listen to you. Taking too slow, people will get bored. Use the right rate of speech. Okay, people should be able to absorb what you are communicating. जब आप बोल रहे हो, अगर आपके थॉट्स लोगों के दिमाग में नहीं जा पा रहे हैं, you are not going to be called as an effective communicator. Use familiar terms. Using language which people can understand will sound you to be an effective communicator. And then making a clear request. Okay? Making a clear request. Very, very important. Do not be clumsy in your message. You have to be clear in your message. Well, these 5 are the basic, work are framework that you can use to be an effective communicator. But communication is not just about speaking; it is also about your body language. Well, and there are 3 rules of body language that I will explain to you today. Number 1 is repetition, which means what you are communicating and what your body language is showing is same. For example, you are saying, smile please, and your eyes are not smiling. right? Versus we're saying, smile please. So you're smiling and you're also showing your hand which depicts smile. It's a repetition to your message. Contradiction. I respect you. We're saying I respect you, but your body language is not saying that you respect other person. There's contradiction. And number 3 is substitution. Okay? That means you are not speaking, but your body language is speaking. For example, that you do this, automatically within a smile coming on the face of the other. Well, so these are the 3 modes of body language. And then the third element is active listening. Because communication is not just about speaking, it is about listening also. And active listening. You know, I tell my teammates and my people whom I train, भगवान ने हमें 2 कान और 1 मुंह दिए. You know why? जैसे कि हम सुने ज्यादा और बोले. We do the opposite of it. We speak more than we speak. Listen. Right? So be an active listener. Pay attention to what other person is saying. Share that we are listening. Now, how can we show that we're listening? By nodding, by showing smiles, by asking questions. All that is the right way of showing somebody else that you're listening. Provide feedback, asking questions from people. Preferring judgment. I'll share a story with you on. They have a kid with 2 apples with his hand. Okay? A kid with 2 apples with his hand. And the mom said, and the friend said to the kid, can you give me 1 apple? Kid took a bite of 1 apple. The person who asked for the apple was very annoyed. Kid took the bite of another apple. The person was again very, very annoyed. Right? And he said, I wrote it of you that you cannot give me even 1 apple. I asked you for 1 apple. He judged the kid. Versus the kid within 2 seconds said, please have this. This is sweeter than this. ये वाला सेब खाइए, ये इससे ज़्यादा मीठा है. The kid wanted to give a sweeter apple to the person in front, versus the person in front gave that the kid was not willing to give the apple to the person. We should prefer this. Okay, listen to respond, not listen to react. Right? And 5th is respond appropriately. Do not react to communication, but respond to people. Right? Remember one thing, 93% of the communication is non-verbal, and it comes from tonality of the voice. Only 7% comes from words. 7% words, 38% tone of voice, and 55% comes from body language. So while we are working on lot of words, on building vocabulary, do not forget to focus on tonality of voice and body language as a communication tool. This will make you a great success. Very important that you give feedback to people, which is another part of section of communication. Make sure that your feedback is appreciable or constructive, and it is not negative or it is not no feedback. Appreciate others, right? Give them constructive feedback means if they are doing something wrong, you are telling them they are going wrong and constructively and improving them. Don't be negative while giving feedback to people, and then stay silent while you are giving feedback. Right? All this will make you an effective communicator. Very important is that your communication has to be thoughtful, transparent, and trustworthy. Well, You're talking solutions and you're not talking problems. People will come to you only when you are giving them solutions rather than you are giving them problems. Number 3, which was very, very important, you have to be creative and open to change. Okay? If I give you an example to it, there are approximately 230 people attending this call today, right? I think more will join in times to come. Not everybody has you will become successful in life. Only those will become successful who will find out creative solutions to problems, who will challenge the status quo of the regular activity that are being done by others. If you want to become successful, you have to be creative. And you need to be open to change. Right? And I wish all of you become successful in your career. Right? Last but not the least is to invest in yourself. Learn. And I'm sure Wadhwani Foundation is doing a great job in making you learn. Right? So don't just complete the course for the sake of doing it. Complete it diligently. Remember, you will reap what you will sow. You are moving, we are healthy. Think big and you will become big. I think that's all from my side when it comes to leadership, when it comes to ownership, when it comes to think creatively. All these things in a small span of time that I could cover with you today. Right? I'm sure it will help you to become bigger, better, builder. Well, my only request is do not just work for the sake of working, genuinely work on yourself. Well, this will make you a better human being first and then a better leader tomorrow. Well, that's all from my side. I'm open to all the questions that I might come across with. And again, it was very insightful to come across on the platform and share my thought process with people. I'm super open for the Q&A to come across.
Thank you, Mr. Jagjit, for such an insightful session. I believe that all the students here will be benefited from your experience and what you have shared with them. So the first question is from Nitin, and he wants to know, is there any shortcuts to influence the people who does not have any motives for organization?
And I would like to challenge this statement. You said this question is from
Nitin, Mr. Nitin.
Nitin. There are 2 things which I want to challenge in this entire statement. Is number 1, there is nobody in the organization who doesn't want to contribute. People want to contribute. So it's just that we have to influence them to contribute. We need to share with them the purpose with which we want them to work. Okay, so first of all, do not go to or do not approach anyone with a mindset, with a pre-fixed mindset that he or she doesn't want to contribute. Well, there can be situations where you are able to then make a judgment that people don't want to contribute, but it should come at a later stage. If you will from the very beginning think that people don't want to contribute, you will have a fire way of working with. Okay? That is my first advice to you. Right? Number 2 is there is no shortcut. You have to coach so that they can deliver. And I would tell you, when you coach and people deliver, the essence of it is different. तो सरूर जो होता है ना उसको अलग मजा देता है. Number 1 is you gotta have a pre-fixed mindset. Number 2, coach. Number 3, still people do not perform as you want them to perform. Have a respectful disassociation. Tell the person that things are not working right, and maybe we have to take a step back, either improve, or we will take a respectful exit from this relationship. Working relationship. You may exit from a working relationship, but do not exit from the relationship for the employee. Okay, we may not work together, but we will still stick together. That is how you have to think like a leader. Okay? I hope that I answered your question. And super thoughtful question being answered. Thanks a lot.
Okay. So next question is from Vinayak, and he wants to know how to convince a person to do work in a team who have a different mindset than yours.
Wonderful question. But I think that is the uniqueness that you have. If you have people with different mindsets working in one team. For example, you have got in a team everyone who thinks same, but are not bringing different thoughts in the team. The outcome will have to be same. You need to work with people who can bring and who can challenge the team and say, hey, I don't think this is how it should work. This is what my recommendation is. Now, two things will happen over here. Either you as a leader should be able to convince them or get convinced. Right? So it was good to have people working in a team from different backgrounds, from different behaviors. It will enable you to get more productivity and more better outcomes. Lastly, in my team as well, I have people coming in from different backgrounds. Having people from same community, same thought process, I may have a comforting mind, but I will not be able to deliver my organization a bigger vision. So different people bring different perspective, which is more healthy. So I would assume it is good to have people from different perspectives. You can tell them that teamwork makes the dream work. And in case somebody in the team is becoming a threat to other people, respectfully tell this person that, gentlemen, I do not like this behavior because it does not meet the principles of my team. But do it in private, do not do it in public. Appreciate in public, correct in private. That's all from my side on this question.
Thank you, sir. So the next question is from Anurag, and he wants to know what is the fastest mode of formal communication?
Email. Right. You draft an email, you send it across to people. That makes your communication faster because it is formal as well. But you have to make sure that your communication is crisp, action oriented, precise. People do not want to read long emails. It has to have 3 to 4 key actions that you want them to work upon, with timelines mentioned on them. Okay? So, what, by when, by when has to be clearly defined so that you can get the outcome. Otherwise, your communication will be weak.
Okay, considering the time, I'll have just one last question, which is from Mr. Ganesh. How can we become effective listeners?
I have already shared that answer with listen. Do not make a mindset that people are. Do not just listen to respond, react, but to respond. I think that will be a very, very strong thing. It needs practice. It needs a lot of practice to be an effective listener. I would say, so I'll give you a framework, or I'll give you a principle. have 3 stones in your hands, right? Keep them with you, and when the other person is taken without your say, right, until the other person is not completing, right? This will have your temptation to stay behind them. Once the person stops, and you have to be able to make out that the person is not trying to say this, then paraphrase or reflect. Okay, repeat what the person is trying to say so that you can then answer in the right. But this 3-stone principle was not my principle. It was being used by a few in, I'm not able to recall the name of the company, but this person said, I will attempt to not speak by keeping these 3 stones in my hand, which tells me to be quiet and listen more to my people. And I followed with my people when I talk.